just while I wait for everyone to settle down. Okay, we've got Kings. Do we have Blindside peeps here? Are there any Trocadero folk in the house? It's like you guys are show winners. Can everyone hear me? So yeah, we've got Kings here. Are there Blindside people here? Anywhere? Cool. Trocadero, are you guys still here? Cool. And we've got West Space here. So our judges are here as well. There's Indra, who spoke a little bit before. We've got Lean, who was also speaking and who's also been in the cake competition before in a past iteration. I don't know where Ida is, but I'm happy to go ahead with these two cake judges that we already have. So the way this works is each of the artist-run initiatives participating were invited to make a cake to celebrate our birthdays and kind of make some stylistic and material decisions around flavor and aesthetics that kind of, represented something that they thought was unique about the artist-run space, or something of the history or the stories and the kind of values that underpin those. They will present their ideas to us all today. We've got some Kings people here, so maybe I'll pass over the mic to you guys.
B and I might tag team, but I guess as an introduction to our cake, it did start off as a colour-based response to the King's logo, and then it kind of grew out of some really funny conversations we've had with the current King's board in the current King's space, and also our old space on King Street, where basically there was a history of strange, unexplained occurrences, be it sounds or visions that have appeared in photographic documentation, strange noises from the studios upstairs at our old space, that kind of thing. And so, I don't know if you wanted to add anything else?
Yeah, so then when it came to the flavors, we have a minty matcha cake. And the mint is kind of bouncing off how King's is fully fresh faced now. We've welcomed a lot of new committee members. We had a rebrand recently, which is looking hella fresh. And then the matcha is to be welcoming the diversity on the board. Amy's not here, but we have a stand-in alien for Amy. And is that everything that we've got? Oh, and we were also bouncing off the ghostly apparitions to kind of honor all the hard work the committee does that is mostly unseen and behind the scenes. And so, yay for all of us. Yeah.
Can we cut it? Can we cut it? So the judges are each going to try a slice of cake now. They're going to make their decision around taste, X factor, presentation. Have we got any napkins? There's 3 judges.
I also just wanted to shout out to one of our committee members, Ollie, that literally laser cut this King's alien plate on his lunch break.
Whatever. I mean, they're going to have 4 slices. Are there any questions, comments so far from the judges while we're cutting? Questions, comments about the cake?
I'm really impressed with how far you took the concept. I like it. Yeah. Are you a judge?
What exactly is the flavour What exactly is the flavor? Yeah,
The flavor of the cake's matcha, and then all the decorations are mint.
great. Oh, I can't wait to taste it. Looks really good. Yeah.
Yes. KTB, is the balloon edible? Oh.
Will be illuminated for 15 hours, so
Oh.
they'll keep flashing for ages.
Okay.
Can you tell us some ghost stories?
Yeah, we can actually.
Okay.
We can tell you two ghost stories. So one ghost story that I literally confirmed with Jeremy, our old gallery manager from a few years ago. He had several times when he was working at his desk and he was going, "Oh my god, the studio artist is so loud. I can't believe they're making that much noise." And then he got upstairs and there was no one there, and it was just constant like tapping, voices. Probably just because we were in the CBD and there was sound bleed, but he said it was really eerie. And then Amy, one of our gallery coordinators, really loves taking film photos of our shows at night when we close up after the opening. And there have been some weird like faces, smudgy little figurey creatures in the background in some of the photos, which you can see here as well.
And right now the judges are eating the cake. We need like a camera up here. Mmm, yummy, yummy. What do you think?
That's that's like Munchie's food. It's good. It's really good. It's very moist and dense.
Did you realize there's arrow in the middle? Like,
Shit. It's good. It's very good.
I think you've incorporated lollies and sweets really well. I don't know who was inspired to put the aero choc mint through the middle, but that was great. Just like that added texture. Yeah.
I like the aroma. Like you can actually smell the moistness and like the cakiness. It's like it tastes like when you cut a cake, and you get a whiff of it all of a sudden. It's like, oh my god, this is gonna be good. And I think that it's got that factor.
Lived up to the promise. Okay, well, everyone put your hands together for Kings. Thanks so much. I hope the judges left some space because Blindside's coming now. So we've got Maddie and Lauren representing Blindside. And me and Emmy. Yeah, maybe could you just talk through some of the ideas or like the decisions you made to come to this cake?
So we had recently had a little bit of a potluck dinner together to come up with an idea around what our cake would be, and we've also been having a lot of conversations around who Blindside is, as we're coming up to our 20th year in 2024. Woo! And we've been sort of coming up with where exactly our positionality is within the Artist Run Initiative structure, and where exactly our next sort of horizons are. And we wanted to sort of like decide that we want to become more very democratic and very encouraging for like community to have their voices and their says. And so we wanted to sort of like deconstruct the cake and then have everybody have their own say and decision in like what they wanted to have in terms of like flavor and fun and crunch and texture. So, and we've also decided to go for like a cake batter type of cake so that it's uncooked, but it also has the possibility to then be cooked in the future, or just to remain as is, or just, just be kicked out and thrown out. It's pretty much a have your say cake. Yeah.
Amazing. And how should we serve it to the judges? Oh, no nuts. No nuts. Oh, amazing. Okay, so judges, you guys going to be eating the cake out of waffle cups. Do you have any immediate reactions to the cake?
It's very conceptual. It's like something you would find at High Street Radio for like $20 a slice. Actually, one waffle cup is $20 at High Street Radio. Yeah.
Again, congratulations. I think you've done a great job with the concept as well. Yeah. I feel like you should be a judge.
Is the batter just a vanilla batter, or is it the batter for a particular kind of cake?
Cake-ceptual artists? Lean's eating it with the M&Ms. It's a very messy cake. We're hearing that the batter's beautiful.
It's got a really nice texture. I must admit, I was skeptical about the uncooked batter idea, but yeah, the texture's really nice and the flavor's very strong, and like it's got that nice kind of sweet saltiness that you need in a brownie. Yeah.
It's actually fulfilling my dreams of eating a Play-Doh. Yeah. Like, yeah, the forbidden snack. It feels like it in the best way possible. Yeah, I don't know. That's my main like compliment. Yeah.
Ida, final thoughts?
I'll wait to try the other cakes. Huh? Yeah, but now I'm loving the arrow. Shock me. But I do like the concept of like everyone has their say and the democracy pie vibe. Yeah. It would be good if it had some frozen yogurt with it and it was a Yoshi.
Well, thank you very much, Blindside. Can we all thank Blindside for their contribution? Okay, so moving over now to the Trocadero cake. Who's the spokesperson? All right. I'm just going to stand here so people can see while we're talking. Yeah, I might just let you freestyle.
Sure. Well, I think our cake speaks for itself in a lot of ways. What is it saying? Question mark. So our cake was made mostly by new committee members. We recently had a lot of new committee members join us, and they've been exploring kind of the history of Trocadero and particularly our old gallery space in Footscray. So the cake as a whole kind of represents the old space and how it started off as a bit of a ballroom. At one point became a disco, which is why there's a disco-like ball on the top. Then was an accounting office, I think, and then a gallery. So there are lots of different layers to the cake. The various parts of it travelled from, I guess, all across Melbourne. Like I think the base cake was made in Nuttawading. There are parts of it from Sunshine, Footscray and North Melbourne. It's kind of a conglomerate of a lot of things. It's got matcha flavoured icing, and then I think the base cake is vanilla with bits of fruit in it because, quote, we are fruity. Yeah, and then it's got crepes on it as well. One of our committee members is really into baking like Italian things and loves going to some of the Italian like dessert places in Footscray. Yeah. So yeah, I guess it's a bit diverse in terms of its flavours. We don't know how it's all going to get put together, but it is there.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Should I go first?
Well, I'll cut while you're talking.
Cake needs to be quick as you can. For me, it's all about the color palette. You don't see many cakes that are kind of like shades of orange and brown and beige together, but to me that makes it more intriguing. I'm really interested to see, especially that using matcha as a colouring for the icing is really smart, rather than just going for icing and little dye in little bottles. So I'm interested to see what that tastes like. Could be really interesting. And I love the incorporation of crepes into the cake as well. It's a really great texture to use.
It reminds me of coral reefs, which I think is like, I don't know, something about it so chaotically beautiful. And yeah, I like the crepes. I didn't know it was crepes until you told me. I was like, oh my god, that's so creative. Yeah.
It's got like a abject attraction, like I kind of want to try it because it's like ugly. But I like hearing the concept and the history of Trocadero. Also looks like dinosaur vibes as well. Like that's like lava maybe coming down a hill. I like that. And yeah, it looks like you have fun with it, which is always good. I like that.
Eating time. So I only realized when I got up close, but the kind of orange parts on the cake, they're actually crepes that are kind of been manipulated in color and form to look like that. And the whole thing is held together by those kind of see-through skewers. I think those, I don't know if those are candles. I think they're skewers. What flavors are we tasting right now?
Sour. I'm tasting sour.
Sour flavor.
There's a lot of stuff in it that wasn't mentioned in the talk. There's like surprise lollies and other things, rice paper, lots of textures, a lot of textures.
The the textures aren't a good thing.
Ida said she was going to take this very seriously when I invited her to be judge. Okay, well, that's that. Ida loves the aftertaste. Thank you so much for making this cake and sharing it with us. Okay, well, the West Space team decided to do our cake in the shape of a lady beetle or a ladybird. The reason being where Johnston Street hits Wellington Street. I don't know if you guys ever went to the Ladybird Cafe. Shannon says thumbs up. Well, the Ladybird Cafe had to close recently. I know. I used to get my tuna melt from there, like really rich tuna melt. Shannon's nodding his head. He's got his eyes closed, maybe getting hit by the nostalgia. Yeah, we just wanted to honour that. We thought it would tie into some of the themes of the exhibition that's over at West Space and the ideas of gentrification and that kind of thing. Like, if you're at West Space and you look out the windows of the gallery, you can see like the public housing flats. But if you look out the front door, you can see like the luxury hotel that's just been built, and it's like a really big reminder that this is a contested civic space. Yeah, so those are some of the ideas that we were thinking about by making this ladybird cake. And then we started to try and think about like, oh, what else is it about ladybirds that might connect to, what West Space is. And we were thinking about, well, Tim, you said this so perfect in your email, like the fact that every ecosystem needs a diversity of different organisms that do their jobs in a very particular way. And we're thinking about the shift that West Space made in its exhibition model a few years ago. When we were in Burke Street, we had that really big space. We have 5 exhibitions opening every month. Is this real like kind of Rackham and Stapham kind of exhibition model? With the move to Collingwood and our smaller space, we're only offering 5 exhibition opportunities a year in our 90 square metre space. But we've made the decision that, within those opportunities, we can support artists over longer periods of time with a lot more curatorial support and help facilitate some of those more meaningful things that we were talking about in the panel discussions, like collaboration, even things like finding a studio, having mentors and that kind of stuff. And Ladybirds are really cute. The logo for the Ladybird Cafe, I hope it stays in the building regardless what happens to it, because it's really cute. I might cut it now.
And some of the eye, please, also.
What did I have at the Ladybird? I always wanted to try it. Now I kind of regret not going there. What's the first thing you said?
Tuna melt.
What is that?
It's like sandwich, but with tuna and cheese inside, and often the tuna is mixed with a bit of mayonnaise. And sweet corn. Sandwich, but sweet corn, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Never heard of that. Oh, damn. Oh, I hope they don't open another techno club there.
Did you tell us about the cake?
I didn't say anything about the cake, yeah. So it's a classic like butter sponge cake with icing and licorice on top, and it's a fondant eyeball. Bon appetit. Oh yeah, there's jam. So we made 2 batches of cakes. There's like a dome one and then a flat one, and we stuck them together with jam, strawberry jam.
Moisture level, okay. I think that you made it look good. I think it looks good. It looks like a Women's Day Women's Weekly Children's Party. I think that you did really well if that's where you got the recipe from. I like that you put kids' lollies on it. It's good.
It tastes like a hamburger. Something tastes like tomato, and like when you eat Macca's, there's like that red sauce thing. that's the taste that I'm getting. You tasting the same?
It's definitely kind of savory in some way.
Why?
Yeah. Not in a bad way necessarily, just like in a way that maybe the pan was roasting vegetables first and then
We put real ladybirds in it.
maybe that's it.
Real what?
The real ladybird.
All in all,
There's something. It's not a bad thing, Seb, don't worry.
No, yeah, it's just a shock.
Yeah. It's just. Yeah.
our Heston Blumenthal moment.
It's a great shape and like good proportion. It's a great shape and it has really good proportion between the abdomen and the head. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, yeah, thank you, everyone. That's the West Space cake. Kind of savory.
I'm so sorry.
It's the most interesting, I have to say.
Yeah,
But it doesn't taste the best, or what's the idea?
I haven't had any. What do you think?
Nice. What are they saying? I like it.
So if we're looking at the People's Choice Award, I think that would be Kings. Does that capture the feelings of everyone here? Kings, People's Choice? So the Kings team can include the People's Choice prize on their CV. It's like a line. And yeah, we should hear from the judges. They're coming out.
We had a really tough situation and discussion. It was really difficult because, yeah, I don't know. Every cake is really different, and each cake has really distinct flavors and all that. But who wants to go next?
We really felt that, like say with Trocadero's cake, it was really beautifully presented and was kind of like it was very sculptural, like it had something going on about it in terms of its aesthetics and design. But we felt that the makers didn't necessarily think of the person who was going to eat it. Like it was just like to eat the cake was just like every mouthful was different and inconsistent, which kind of like affected we were having arguments about whether the cake tasted good or not because we'd all tasted different parts of the cake because different parts of the cake tasted different. So that was like a major conflict for us. No, that was West Space cake. Yeah. I personally was advocating for West Space cake because I know that it takes a lot to make a cake in the shape of something. but unfortunately it had been put in the fridge with a lot of garlic and had taken on the flavors of garlic. This is what we heard backstage. Do you want to talk about the Kings and?
So what did we choose? What did we choose?
We haven't said it. I think. Whoops. Yeah, no. What we think about cakes and blindsides cakes are that I think we like the idea of like blindsides democracy and all that, but also at the same time, I don't know. It's like the flavor could be much more. I like the moistness. That's great. And I like the waffle thing. It's like kind of like ice cream, but it's not. But that's the problem, I think. It's not an ice cream. Yeah. It's not an ice cream. And it was doing the ice cream model. Yeah. Aren't you part of Kings?
All right. Lean reckons it was. Oh, no, we don't talk like that. No. What? It was a tough decision, but I coerced them into agreeing that Kings is the winner. Yeah. Yes. Due to the Aero chocolate. And the aliens, yes. Okay.
I just want to say I actually voted for Trocadero's cake.
Congratulations, Kings. Ari. Everyone. Well, that draws to a close the cake show and tell. Joanna, do you have anything else to say?
I'll just say thank you to everyone. There's been so many people that have helped put today on, and it's been a really wonderful day full of really interesting conversations. And I think, well, I've just said to a couple of people that I really value the level of honesty that everyone brought and candidness to these conversations that are so important that we actually have into a microphone, not just over a drink. So thank you to all of the presenters, truly thank you. And thank you to everyone for staying. We're like an hour over time, but you're all here. Thank you so much. Huge thank you to Music Market for setting this up for us, and Matt's over there. Yeah. Woo! Thank you to Kenny for taking photos, and Shannon for still filming. Amazing. We'll wrap it up. Also, a big thank you to Gordon Darling Foundation. They've supported this program, so that's really been exciting for us to be able to put this on. And thank you to all the cake makers. Brilliant. To Seb for curating such a wonderful show, Unison, which you can go and see this afternoon. It's on until next Saturday. But we'll let you go now. Have a lovely afternoon. Thank you all so much.